Hello everyone, Shravankumarmanthri here. Welcome to our channel CSE GURUS. We'll see the next question in the data structures. So we'll just click on prepare, just go down and go to the data structures and then click on this 2D array DS. So click on this, you will get it. Anyway, I have given the link in the description. You can click on it and you can get this question. We'll read the problem statement here. It's a 6x6 2D array which is given and you have to take the hourglass. So what is this hourglass? And of course it has to take in each time you have to take a 3x3 matrix in this 6x6, and of course in the middle row you must remove this one. Anyway, I'll try to make it like this. You can see. So this is one hourglass where inside you have to take first, second, third, this element, and middle one element, and here this one. You should ignore these two elements. So that is what hourglass. You can see if it is A, B, C, the three elements in the first row, second row the middle element, third row three elements. So like this, if you take any 3x3 matrix, you have to take like this, which is a hourglass we call it as. Now how many hourglasses here we have? Okay, we have to take it. So totally here 16 hourglasses. What are those 16? Everything we'll see. What actually it is asking, I'll explain clearly. So I have taken here all this matrix. Of course the index I'll write it here 0 1 2 3 4 5. Here also 0 1 2 3 4 5. It's a 6x6 matrix. Index starts from 0 0. Now what is the first hourglass? First 3x3 matrix, I'll take this one. In that anyway I'll get the hourglass as these elements glass. What is the second hourglass? Which means you must take like this. So this is what is the second hourglass, and then you have to take this one is the third hourglass, and this one is the fourth hourglass. So like this, for first three rows if you consider combinedly, you'll get 4 hourglasses. Now what about others? Like I will take like this. This is the one hourglass, and like this, and of course like this. If you start from second row, this is index 1, you will get 4 more, right? If you start from third row like this, 1 2 like this, so like this if you get 4 more, and also one more last. If you start from this row till the last, 1 like this, 2, so like this hourglasses 4. So totally 4 plus 4 plus 4 like this, totally 16 hourglasses you will get it. Now it is asking every time when you take an hourglass, you get the sum of the elements in the hourglass. So let us suppose if I take the hourglass as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, you should ignore this D and F. That means whatever the values in these positions, and remaining you must add, which is A plus B plus C plus E plus G plus H plus I. So this is what you have to make the sum, and totally there are 16 sums you will get it. In that 16, which is the maximum one that you have to make it. So this is what question it is asking actually. Now how to consider, how to take each 3x3 matrix? First of all, I'll try to write the code. You can see step by step we'll go. It's little analytical, step by step I'll try to write the code also. First I'll explain how to take all the 3x3 matrices. Now anyway, what is the first 3x3 matrices? I'll try to write the index part of those. So I'll try to write it here. You can see. So here you can see what are the indices I am writing. So 0 0 0 1 0 2 1 0 1 1 1 2 2 0 2 1 2 2. So how to get this matrix sum elements? So for that I might write a for loop for maybe I starts from index 0. Anyway I need I less than 3, I plus plus, which means up to 2. I starts from 0 to 2, and J starts from again 0 to 2. You will take it. It's a nested for loop. Like this you can consider, right? Which means if I take I equals 0, J is 0 0, J value 1, it is 0 1 0 2. Like this you will get it, the elements. Now once it is done, you will get the sum. Is it sum of all the elements? No, right? So you should ignore this element, this element. The elements are 1 0 1 2 to be ignored. These two elements, index values inside 1 0 and 1 2 should be ignored. How can you know that index? If you see the first value which is respect to I, second is J. So that means if I is equals to 1 and j is equals to either 0 or 2, then I have to ignore, which means I'll write something continue. I don't want to add that. Otherwise, anyway, I want to add it. Whatever the value inside the matrix A of ij, I'll make it. So this is what I'll make it for first 3 by 3, where I'll add all these elements, these 7 elements, where I'm ignoring these 2 elements because by making this condition. Now this is okay. How to go to the next, this one, next hourglass, right? How to make it? So I'll try to write the indices. What is the index of this one? 0 1, 0 2, like this, 0 3. Is it 1 0? No, it's 1 1, right? 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3. So I've taken the indices of this, all this. Now how to get this one? That means I need, like this, column wise, how many I need? 4. So that means I need a loop which I starts from b equals to 0. You can see 0 0 became 0 1, right? So 0 0 became 0 1, 0 1 became 0 2, which means I, the first index is same, but the next index is incremented by 1. Is that right? So that's what you can see. And also next you can see 1 0 became 1 1, 2 0 became 2 1. That means I is not changing, only j is changing. So that's why how many times you need? So it starts from 0 1. If I take next matrix, it starts from 0 2, like this, right? Next one, next matrix, if it starts from 0 3, right? So that means 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3. How many you need? 4. So b less than 4, b plus plus. That means column wise, how many hourglasses I need? 4. That's why I'll try to write a loop for this one. Now similar fashion I have to make it for row also, right? So that's why one more loop A I have to make it, which I'll try to write it. You can see how the row wise things will happen here. Now I'll take this hourglass, right? So 0 0 is the first element. Now it will become, what is the index of this one? Is 1 0. This index is 1 1, 1 2. Next one is 2 0 2 1 2 2. Next 3 0 3 1 3 2. Now you can see 0 0 became 1 0, which means I is updating, j is as it is. 0 1 became 1 1, which means I is updating, you can see j is as it is. So that's what here you need to write a equals 0. How many times you need row wise? Anyway, you can have first 3 from this one, from this one, from this one, again 4. So like this I need basically these many loops. Anyway, it's a 6 by 6 matrix. That's why you can have outside 4 like this, right? 4 hourglasses in each column and 4 hourglasses in each row for each one. So that's why it is 4 into 4, totally 16 hourglasses you will find it. So this logic we'll try to write it. Anyway, I'll try to write. This is a basic thing that you have to know, how to take the elements in the matrix, okay, given matrix. And anyway, I'll try to write here the code, even if it is not a 3 by 3 matrix, I mean not a 6 by 6 matrix. If it is n by n matrix also, how to make it, that code I want to write it here. So you can clearly observe. I'll try to write it. So first of all, I'll try to go with C language. Yeah, here I want to write it. Here it is given ARR underscore rows, which means it is number of rows, and columns, which is ARR underscore columns. So like this it is given, and ARR, which means the 2D array. Now what I have to take initially? Anyway, I'll declare here itself I comma j for iteration, followed by, to get the sum, s. Anyway, I need to get the maximum value, right, every time. So for that also I'll try to write the code at the end, right? So initially the sum to be initialized to 0. Now start the loop for I starts from 0, I less than number of rows, 3 rows you need, so I plus plus, 3 rows 3 columns we need. So that's why I'll try to write it for j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. So just now I explained which values you have to take, which to be ignored I am writing first. If I is equals to 1, that means second row, and also what to be done here, I equals to 1 and j equals to either 0 or 2. in the first in the second row, if j equals to 0 and j equals to, which means you are ignoring this one, this element and this element. So in the second row, first element and last element you are ignoring. In that case, you don't add, just make it continue, which means directly it will ignore the remaining lines in the loop and directly goes to the next iteration. So here, if not, so s equals to s plus, what is the array name, arr of ij. So that's what you have to write for the first set of matrix, first 3 by 3 matrix. So how to get the next set, next column wise I'm going. So for that we need, anyway we need the sum for every time separately. That's why s should be initialized inside, not outside. So that's why for I'll take b equals to 0. How many times I am getting in the column wise? 4 times. So b plus plus, right? So anyway the variable b has to be declared. So now the thing is, here you can see for each time you can see the values will change and you will get the sum every time, right? And not only that, one more thing you observe, if b equals 0, which means, so its index 0 0 0 1 0 2 became what if I take this one, so it will become 0 1 0 2 0 3, right? So that means this 0 became 1, which means the j value where you started the index from 0, no, it is actually should start from b. If b is 0, yes, j should start from 0. If b is 1, yeah, it has to start from 1. If b is 2, it has to start from next column wise 2, right? It's not less than 3, it's b plus 3. You can see it's what is 1 plus 3, 4, j less than 4, which means up to 3, you can see. So that's what it's here. It's not j equals 0, it's actually b plus 0, which is b. It's not j equals to 2, it's b plus 2. That means we are iterating, we are getting the next matrix column wise every time. How to make it now? Next one, so row wise also we need it, right? So row wise also, in order to get it, I'll take a variable a, so where for a equals to 0, a less than 4, a plus plus. So I'm going with row wise how many hourglasses will get, and it's not I equals 0, for each time it has to change. I equals to a, it should go with a plus 3, but every time anyway it will take 3 values, okay, 3 rows at a time. Now here it is not I equals to 1, it's a plus 1, it must change according to the row. So like this you will get it, and once this for loop is done, that means you got one sum value. You must check it out, is that sum, you need to get maximum sum, right? So for that we need a variable max has to be declared, but initially I am going with 0 to be initialized. Anyway, that's not final correct, all the test cases won't pass, but I'll make it afterwards, I'll update it. So what is the logic here is, anyway once you get the sum, is it greater than max, so you update the max value, max equals to yes. So finally which is the max, you just want to print it here. So a loop, and I think we didn't close the b loop, I mean we didn't close the a loop. So is it yes, yeah, fine, absolutely. Finally return what is the max. So let us see is it correct or not. What we have done is, first we'll see, we'll run the code for errors. Yeah, absolutely fine as of now, but let us see, even if I submit the code, if it is getting all the test cases, then it's correct. Yeah, you can see 2 test cases failed. Test case 3, why it is failed is, it's the sum is -6. See, you can observe there is a chance of getting negative value as a sum, but we initialized with 0, which means if the sum is total is, anyway the maximum is minus negative value, negative with respect to 0, 0 will be always maximum, right? So that's why max to be initialized with. Of course here it's a 6 by 6 matrix. What is the maximum chance of getting the value? If you take the elements here, if you take the constants here, you can see what is I value, -9 maximum. -9 into, you can see how many, 9, like that also you can consider, or the generalized answer, always max to be initialized with, when you want to get the max, to be initialized with minimum value in the integer. How to get the minimum value in the integer? So here you can use int underscore min, min. So which is the command we have readily available, which means it is equals to minus 2 power 31, which is the value is minus 2 power 31, which is minimum value that integer can take. You can readily available in the header file. What is the header file is limits.h. Is it already included? You can see here. Yeah, it's included already, you can see. So that's why no problem. So limits.h is there. So that's why here int underscore min, yes, included, absolutely fine. So now you can see, is it correct? Even if it is answer is negative also, you will get correct answer. Yeah, absolutely fine as of now. Submit the code. Yes, perfect. So all the test cases passed now. So you can see, so that's what you have to know, what is the minimum value, and of course there is a maximum value also, plus 2 power 31 minus 1, which is int underscore max. So that's what about the answer in C language. Initially we have taken 3 by 3 matrix, this 2 for loops, and which elements to be ignored, this if condition, which elements to be added, this 40th line, that is sum, and how many column wise I have to take, J loop, and B loop, how many columns I have to take, and how many row wise hourglasses we have to take, A loop. So that's what finally every time when you get a sum, get the maximum value by comparing with the if condition. So this is what we have written in C language. We'll go for the similar fashion in Java. Anyway, we'll try in Python little different way. Yeah, here also the same thing, I'll try to make it same sort of the logic. So here also I'll take the variables, directly I'm taking the variables. Yeah, int a comma b comma I comma j. Of course in order to get the sum s, and in order to get the maximum max. So first thing what we have to make it, anyway I'll try to write, taking the first 3 by 3 matrix for I equals to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, and of course for j equals to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. So first I have to write which elements to be ignored, if condition, if what is that we have taken, it's a list, right, 2D list. So anyway, first the index is absolutely fine, I equals to 1, and j equals to 0 or j equals to 2. Then you should ignore, write continue, and then if not, yes, s equals to s plus, how to take arr dot get of I is a list, right, dot get of j, which will take a of ij value in the list. So like this you have to write. Anyway, the sum must be initialized to 0 here, and for each hourglass how to take, for that we need b loop, column wise I am taking, you can see b equals 0, b less than 4, and b plus plus. And also if it is 6 by 6 matrix, that's why you have taken 4. What if it is n by n matrix, you have to take n minus 2. That is very most important, you have to take here. Now if it is a, that is row wise hourglasses I am taking here, for a starts with 0, a less than 4, a plus plus, right. So like this you have to take, and also here once you get the sum, yes, get the maximum value, max equals to, of course you can use math dot max of what is the previous max comma current sum, yes. So like this you need to take, and every time as close the b loop, close the a loop, like this. So once it is done, you must return what is max. Of course there are some things which we forgot to make it. It's not I equals to 1, it's a plus 1, it's not 0, it's b plus 0, which is b, it's b plus 2. Here also it is j equals 0, column wise it's j equals to b plus 0, which is b, here b plus 3, here a plus 0, and here a plus 3. Now one more thing we forgot here. Anyway, we'll execute again here. S is initialized to 0 and max to be initialized to 0 first. Again we'll try to make it here. you have to return max. We'll see for the errors. Yeah, test cases here passed 3, and let us see. So again 2 test cases are not passing because of the maximum is negative number. So you initialize to 0, but you should not initialize to 0. You should make what is the minimum value in the integer in Java. So how to make it is, you have to use this one, integer dot min, min capital letters, min underscore value. So this is what you have to make it, integer dot min underscore value. Now you can see, I'll try to run the code. All the test cases passed, and submit the code. Let us see. Yeah, all the test cases, even the test cases which failed previously, are passed. So that's what you have to make it. So like this we have written the code in Java. Now we'll see the Python code, little different. So of course the same, like going for the iterations every time. I'll try to go for it. Anyway, no need of declarations in Python, we know. For first I in range of only 3 by 3, that's why I in range 3 I'm writing. Then for j in range 3, so what you need to do is, if condition which to be ignored, if I is equals to 1, and yeah, you just keep the braces, j equals to 0 or j equals to 2. So that's what you have to make it. Then continue, otherwise make the sum s equals to s plus, what is it, the array which is given arr of ij. Anyway, the variable to be declared here, s value, s to be initialized to 0. Now the next one, how to get the every time. For that we need b loop. For b in range, how many times you need? Up to 4 columns. So that's why 4, which you make it right. So for that, all the indentation must be changed here. So like this each time. So these are all inside, right? So that's what you have to make it. That's very important. And of course I'll try to write I loop also here. First we'll make it with I loop, a loop. First I'll go for a in range up to 4. So inside we have to make b. Inside we have to initialize sum. Of course in that same line you have to go for I loop, that is inside a and b. Then inside I you have to go for j, right? So that's what I have to write it. This indentation is absolute, very most important. Yes, we made it like this. Of course each and every line. So continue is inside. Of course this, the sum should be outside of if. So that's why I can write here in parallel, of course inside j loop, in parallel with if condition. Now the things to be changed here is I equals 1 must be a plus 1, and j equals to b plus 0, which is being b plus 2. Like this I'll make it. And here also j in range, which is b plus 3, I in range, which is a plus 3, which starts from 0 up to a plus 2. Like this you have to make it. And of course here a in range 4, because it's a 6 by 6 matrix. What if it is n by n matrix, means you have to write there as n minus 2. So that's what you have to make it here. So now once you get it, get the maximum. How to get the maximum? I'll make it little different here. I'll take an array, sum is equals to, it is empty list. So in that empty list I'll append all the values. Once you get the sum, once you have to write in I loop. Once it is done, sum dot append s. So whatever the sums, how many sums I'll get? If it is 6 by 6 matrix, totally 16 hourglasses. So 16 sums you are storing it in sum, right? So every time once you get the sum, finally I want to return which is the maximum, right? So I'll want to return what is the maximum from the sum list. Okay, list sum consists all the sum values. In that I'm getting directly max. So max method, directly available in Python, get it directly, you will get the answer. So why should I take a max variable and getting something? That is also you can do. Max should be initialized with minimum value in the integer. Okay, and then you can compare again, you can make it, but this is what readily available max method, that's why I can make it like this. Yeah, we forgot to write here continue. Yeah, one thing we forgot here is your I in range, it has to start actually from where? A, right? It's every time it will start from 0, but it has to start from A. Anyway, J also it has to start from B, not exactly from 0 every time, right? So it's something like this. So J is I start from I in range A and J in range B. That is, we forgot it. Anyway, we will try to execute now. Run the code. Yeah, all the test cases passed, and submit the code. Yes, everything is perfect. So this is what we have done here. We have taken a list, and then we have taken for each hourglass in I and J by getting the sum, and each sum is appended in the list, and finally which is the maximum that we are getting, we are returning that maximum. So like this we have to make it in Python. So we'll see this question left rotation in the next video lecture. Thank you.